So Stefan, you're kicking us off, right? Dude, out of a cannon. You act like you're coming out of a cannon. I want to see some energy here, okay?
All coming together.
Have you got your spill
Man,
down? Do you know what you're going to say when you kick us off?
kettle black. Okay, Mr. NPR. We actually are recording, so hey, everybody out there. You don't normally see me welcome you to Rising Stars with Rex Wallace and Mick Toomey, but I'm Stefan Lubinsky, and I have the great pleasure of producing this show. And you may have seen my face last year when we wrapped up 2023, and you are seeing it again as we wrap up 2024. So I'm going to host this brief. What happened?
You probably saw your face at the post office.
That guy looks familiar.
24. We're going to do a little bit of a recap. Before we do that, I want to give a big thank you to the guests this year, and then I'm going to kick it over to Mick Toomey and Rex Wallace to give their take on 2024. And obviously, this show is really all about creating high-value content, key or emphasis on value, and that value comes from the guests that we have on. Every year, we have the stars industry's very best, and we are so grateful and so thankful that they year in and year out, month in and month out, find time on their calendars, not only to record with us, but we meet before we record to discuss how we're going to go through this and what should we talk about and so forth. So there's really quite a bit of time, and it's a lot of generosity of time and of expertise from the guests. So I really a heartfelt thank you to them. So in pretty much in order of appearance, I'm just going to thank, and in 2024, our first guest, Jen Kerfoot, is now the host of Rising Stars' second Medicare Stars podcast, Stars Uncensored with Jen Kerfoot. If you have not checked that out, you need to go find her first couple of episodes. Lots more coming in 2025 with that. So thank you to Jen as a guest, and thank you to Jen for being the host of our second show. We're really, really excited to have her as part of the Rising Stars family. Brendan Generelli and Nate Lucina, who have been on more than once, both of them. Haley Rogers, Pete Van Bilgen, who was that professor and wrote the book all about innovation. He's not really a stars expert, he's an innovations expert, but he used stars as part of his data set for how much innovation impacts increases in performance. And that was such a great episode. It was 2 episodes that we did, parts 1 and 2. So if you didn't catch the innovation parts 1 and 2 with Pete Van Bilgen, you're going to want to do that. A big thanks to Melissa Smith and Anna Hansha. Again, these are repeat guests with us. Suzanne Grace Tritt was amazing. Phil Collins, of course, was on that episode. And most recently, Ryan Hill, who is a lobbyist and strategist and just had so much to say about the new administration coming in and how it would impact stars moving forward. So that is my portion for now of this episode. With that, I want to welcome both Rex and Mick. Well, let's start with Rex, because Rex, you started this podcast off. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about what 2024 Stars in a nutshell is for you and for Rex Wallace.
Yeah, and just to echo what you were just saying, I mean, thanks to all the guests, and wow, I mean, recapping it like that, we had some strong ones on, and some new ones and some old ones, but it was a good year for the podcast. And yeah, and Stefan, thanks for all you do to help keep us on track. And
big task.
Always making sure that, for anyone who doesn't know, like that whole beginning, that's exactly how Stefan talks to me before every episode. It's like, Rex, I need your energy higher. Like let's kill the NPR voice. I need you shot out of a cannon. Do you know what you're gonna say? And usually I flip him off, and then we start recording, right? But we have a lot of fun. So yeah, but great year on the podcast. From a stars standpoint, I mean, gosh, I mean, it was one of the more eventful years we've had, right? And probably not as eventful as we're going to see in 2025. You know, if you're in the stars industry, you know, the big things are big lawsuits, right? So 2024 stars dropped, and a lot of plans lost a lot of money, and they really, you know, looked in every crack and crevice for anything they could challenge, and ended up filing some really impactful lawsuits that resulted in a recalculation of the 2024 stars. So I think it's the first time we've seen a recalculation like that, right? Like after the stars were released, we've seen changes between the preview periods, between second preview and the release, but I don't remember off the top of my head ever seeing a change, a recalculation after stars are released. So resulted in, I think, $1.5 billion in extra payments made, thanks largely to the Scan healthcare lawsuit and the Elevance lawsuits. So that was probably the biggest thing. But in 2024, we also received the 2025 star ratings, meaningful too. They continued to fall, the lowest average star rating in 10 years since 2015. The lowest percentage of 5-star plans, percentage of members in 5-star plans, the lowest number of 5-star plans, the highest number of 3.5-star plans that don't get any quality bonus payments. So 2025 stars, in my opinion, is easily, arguably the worst star rating year we've ever had. And a lot of plans dropped. More lawsuits have come out since then. Another Elevance lawsuit, United Healthcare lawsuit, Humana lawsuit, Zing's lawsuit is still hanging out there. So a lot of big decisions are being made still. The Humana lawsuit in particular is challenging how stars, like a lot of aspects of the stars program. If the courts rule in favor of Humana, we could see big changes in 2025 in how the stars program happens. So that's all kind of looking into the crystal ball. So 2024 super hard, 2025 not getting any easier. We also have this Republican Trump administration, coming in, potentially RFK Jr. taking over HHS, potentially Dr. Oz taking over CMS. We talked about all this stuff with Ryan Hill a couple weeks ago, right? So, and watch that episode because she did a masterful job, and Anna.
It's unbelievable. It really is jam-packed.
Helping to understand kind of what could happen, right? But the health equity index probably going away, or at least changing dramatically from what we've been expecting from the Biden administration. Who knows? Reward factor might come back. Caps measures might go back up as a result of this administration change. So lots of unknowns. Is interesting for all of us stars leaders, right? And keeps us waking up every morning with something exciting to do. So I'll pivot over to RWC real quick. Our firm, 2024, big year for us. We doubled in size. We hired 4 new employees, 4 experts, so helping a growing number of clients. So thanks to all of our clients, who are trusting us to help them improve quality. I feel like it's a commercial now, so I don't love that, but I do want to recognize our team and our growth and the clients that trust us. 2025 will be another monster year, I think, for our firm. We'll probably, I don't know if we'll double in size again, but definitely growing dramatically. We launched our first product this year. We're a consulting firm, so most of our work comes from consulting and serving clients, advising them. But we actually launched our first CAPS product, an off-the-shelf scalable product that we've actually got our first purchase from last week. So
congrats, man.
So that was awesome. Good to see. So definitely making some pivots, making some growth, and
done.
Yeah. And I think that probably recaps a bunch of it. So Mick, turn it over to you, or Stephanie.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. Kind of looking at, there was a fair amount that happened, this year. And, when I look at it from kind of the Hyperlift lens, like just from the straight stars math lens, you think about the changes that either had begun to come in or are now, on the slate to come in, and the impacts these are going to have across the industry really is significant. Rex, I mean, how many times, did you and I talk about the Tukey impact? And, while you could see something, you could see this coming and the impact it was going to have, I don't think any of us thought about kind of what that would then translate into with lawsuits and changes. Rex, like Rex said, this is the first time we've seen such a massive scale change from CMS kind of after the fact. And when you think about like the impact on Hyperlift and our team, we get the results out, we do run all of our numbers, do all of our calculations, and X number of months later, new numbers come out. And so that changes the game. And we're still talking to plans that frankly, that hadn't gone back and recalced, what their new scores look like and could be still surprised. I think, one thing that jumped out at me, we did the deal at Rise Masterclass last week. We did the pre-conference workshop with RWC. Some of the things we're looking at are, these changes that are still coming, right? You got HEI that, we're kind of halfway into this first round of. You got reward factor going away, still the potential of the QI hold harmless change. Rex, you've talked about a lot about this kind of move to the middle. right, move to the performance middle. You think about that range of number of contracts in 2.5, 3 going forward each year. And what we're seeing is, kind of this kind of flattening on the outsides, the fewer 2.5 stars, fewer 4.5, 5 stars. And if you layer some of these changes in, like let's just take the Stars 2025 results and then apply some of the weight change that's coming, next year, and reward factor going away year after that, what you end up seeing is even with the reduction this year, Stars 2025, we ended up with, after the second recalculation, we ended up with 93 contracts in 4.5 and 5 stars. But after you apply the weight change and take away reward factor, the 26 and 27 changes, that 93 on the top end above 4 stars goes down to 17. So, I mean, what a drastic drop. And then if you apply QI, the QI hold harmless change that's out there, that goes down to 10. So the smallest, high level performance in many, many years, 94 contracts above 4 star, above like what I mean is 4.5 and 5 stars, going down to just 10. And so, just the impact that this is going to have on plans who want to either attain or retain high performance, it's just getting more and more challenging to do that. So, some of the stuff that I'm just looking at is, what is this all going to mean? How are plans going to find that competitive advantage to stay ahead? And not to do the commercial like Rex said, but just a quick note. I mean, these impacts have had a tremendous
I should have done your
resulting impact
commercial.
on
You
us.
should have done mine, right? Like
that would have been smart. Yeah, Stefan, where were you on that one? Yeah, I blame that on the producer. So yeah, we also doubled in size. Our team actually quadrupled in size this year. So, thank you to all the health plans that trust us to support them and work with them and help, provide some additional analyses and insights on all of this, but very exciting time. And thank you to CMS for keeping it complicated and changing and helping us to stay in business. Looking forward to, yeah, if we could post that snippet, thank you to CMS. And yeah, looking forward to another big year as HEI really comes into the fold. I think as people start to look at the impact of reward factor going away, the world is different. It'll be exciting to see how everybody adapts to all this. So thank you, Stefan, for at least attempting to shepherd us through all of this and make Rex and I at least appear organized and ready.
It's my pleasure. And as a producer, frankly, everything I'm hearing, obviously I'm not a stars professional, and whatever very little I know about stars is just
you're getting there
via osmosis from being on these calls with you. But what I can tell you is I'm excited for 2025 because it sounds like all the more reason that Rising Stars with Rex Wallace and Mick Toomey and Stars Unscripted with Jen Kerfoot next year is so much more important, right? This is going to be a really crazy time. There's going to be so many different changes, and we don't know what's happening with the lawsuits, and we don't know who is going to be running CMS and who is going to be running HHS and who's, so there's so much to cover. So stay tuned, as they say in the media business, and make sure that if you know colleagues in the stars world and they are not listening to us on Spotify or Amazon or iTunes, if you're into the audio, or checking out our YouTube channel. And that's where you will also find Jen Kerfoot Stars Unscripted, which is totally awesome. So shout out to Jen Kerfoot. And so that's it. With that, I just want to thank you guys for, it's not easy. You're both running companies that have doubled in size in the past year. There's a lot going on. So it's not easy to always show up and make this happen, but you guys consistently do that. And I think that has a lot to say about your commitment to the industry and your commitment to thought leadership and your commitment to making sure that the right information is out there. So that's it, everybody. I hope that you have a happy and healthy holiday season, whatever you might be celebrating, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or Festivus for the rest of us. I want you to enjoy it safely and happily. All that matters is family, friends, love, nature, music. Everything else is bullshit. So go and enjoy that and take a break from stars. We'll see you next year in 2020.